Alright, so far we have seen system.xml and XPath. Now we are going to look into system.xml.link, or Linq To XML, in other words. We are going to repeat the same process, but using Linq To XML, the newer way of working with XML files. Alright, let me go over some of the differences. So these are some of the differences when we create an instance or an element or a node, so on and so forth. So basically it appears that the XML word here is replaced by an X in Linq To XML. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the method call differences as well. Alright, let me get my marker. Alright. So we had, actually, whoopsie. Alright, let's zoom in a little bit, okay. So over in system.xml, we had the XML document. In Linq To XML, we have X document to create the instance. To create element, we had XML element. Now we have X element. There's a slight difference here where we used to call the document to create the element. Here it's self-contained, it just creates, we call the new element to create a new element. Slight difference appending the child. We had append child. Here we have add child. This is same, that stays same. And we had inner XML here. Here we don't have it. So a few differences here and there. Okay. That being said, let's switch to Visual Studio and get going. Okay, I'm going to start with creating an XML file. So let's create our first method, static void, create XML file. Okay. So again, it's going to be relatively similar. So we're going to start with create an instance. So with Linq To XML, we use X document to create an instance. So as soon as we do that, the namespace will light up, telling us that we are using the namespace right now. So let's call this xdoc variable and tell it to create a new document for us. Okay, once that's created, next we're going to need a root element. And to do that, we need our X element. So X element, let's call this X root, new X element. And inside parens, we need the quotation, double quotes, and the name of our element. In our case, it's movies. So our root is movies. All right. And after that, we need to tell the document to add the new child or the root element. So xdoc.add and pass in our root, x root. Okay. So that's done. Now we can, I think, print it out on the screen. So let's go ahead and call our console.writeLine and pass in our xdoc document. All right. Let's build this. should have called the method before build, but that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and call our method to create XML file. And we're going to need our console.readline to wait. Okay, make sure it's the startup project. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. All right, and as expected, we have our movies root element. That's perfect. Let's close that out and save the file. Not everything is in the memory so far. Well, when the program runs, I mean, right now, not right now, but when we run it, it creates it in the memory. All right, so let's go ahead and call xdoc.save. And we need to get our file path from here, from the program.cs. Let's get in there and copy that with Control-C and pass it in here. I think I cleared it by accident. Oopsie. Let me go back to the what did I just do? All right, that's what I meant. All right, so let's go ahead and try copying again. Control-C, come back here and paste it. And let's change the file name to movies. Let's call this movies2.xml. And let's insert our @ symbol to clear the errors. And that should do it. Let's rebuild and run it. Okay. So the file ran without any problems. Let's go ahead and check to see whether it's created. Let's go ahead and click on the project name, select add and select existing item. Let's switch to all files over here. And sure enough, our file is right there. Let's click add and double click on the file to open it. All right, so our root element is created alongside with a declaration statement. So I guess you can say the beauty of Linq To XML, it creates a declaration statement for us. Not that we need it, but it's there. So we're going to stop here and continue with adding items to the root in the next video. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I see you in the next one. Take care.